morning, humanity. It is June 6th, 2022, and it's favorite time of the week because it's Mondays with Bev and Paul. And hi, everybody. My name's Paul.
Hello. Good morning. This is Bev.
Hey, Bev. I'm trying to get these ear things in here so I don't look like I'm a butterfly or something. Anyway, you'll all figure it out.
Too late. Look at me.
All right. Hey, everybody. We have an awesome show. Awesome.
Yes.
Because we are dealing with the National Geographic cover called The Power of Touch. Oh my God.
I know.
Oh my God. Where do we even start?
Golly.
Well,
Good
we
question.
start with that little, I don't know if you can see it there. It says, research reveals how our connections with others keep us healthy. And there's pages upon pages upon pages about how important touch is to health and humanity.
Humanity. Don't you love that?
What have we been talking about
That
for
circle
years?
that continuously is connected. Humanity.
Oh my gosh. So we wanted to share this article. And first of all, those few key words there that are really important. Because we have research from Dr. Stephenson and Dr. Gary Schwartz that say the same thing.
Same thing.
Yes.
Oh,
so
yeah.
how important this touch is. Let's start with that, As they go on to later, we'll talk about that. It goes into how they're creating touch for prosthetics and things like that.
That's amazing.
Because touch is important from the time you're born. They say kangaroo touch. They say the WHO in Africa found that kangaroo care is even more effective when it's nearly continuous and starts after birth. That they say in this article that touch is the first sense when we come into this.
Yes, absolutely right. I mean, think about it. The moment you're born,
Yes.
you're being held.
And touch, Dr. Kenna Stephenson told us, is the last sense we have when we die. She worked with death and dying patients. So how important from birth to death at what they call kangaroo touch. So let's share how Dr. Kenna Stephenson showed that.
I know. And we got to say, this was a totally allopathically trained PhD doctor in doing research for pharmaceutical companies. I mean, she knew nothing about complementary or alternative, and this is what she found.
Yeah, beyond PhD, she had an MD. She's a medical doctor.
A medical doctor, I mean.
Which they believe is higher than PhD, but...
Of course. Okay.
So BioTouch, if you notice the yellow there, so BioTouch is related with all the things as far as centering or meditation or reading or unruffling, a skin-to-skin contact, always with BioTouch and always with kangaroo touch. Right. No levels, no hierarchy. There's none of that with kangaroo touch, with a mother touching a child, and there's none with BioTouch. And she related it to some of the other techniques out there that she researched online, Reiki, therapeutic touch. Not that all these things are effective, but the importance of touch is what we're trying to show here, right. And not off the body.
Right. Oh, that can. When you think about the kangaroo touch, what happens if your child is hurting? You don't even think about it. It's so innate in us, that nurturing. I don't care if you are male or female, it's all within all of us. That ability to care for compassion, and to just want to help something. Mother picks up that baby instantly and starts to soothe it and holds it, right? So yeah, it's in all of us already.
It's who we are, which is the beauty of BioTouch. BioTouch meets us with who we are in the present moment. You don't have to go get it. You don't have to develop it.
Right.
You don't have to be initiated into it. The fact that you were born.
You're a citizen of the planet.
Yes, and you can help humanity heal. And if there's ever a time on the planet when it's needed, it's now.
Now.
And BioTouch is all set up for this. Well, and let me share a little more about the research that Gary found. And we always talk about the part he talks about love, but he said that the data, he did this research with a bunch of freshman psychology students, and he said the data clearly showed that whereas non-contact, he did healing work with people, non-contact had a minimal effect. Cloth contact, where you touch through the clothing, had a moderate effect. It was direct skin contact that showed the greatest effect in terms of reducing reported pain following a procedure.
Wow.
These differences were highly statistically significant. In a word, direct physical touch mattered. So the question he asks is why? Well, is the reason primary physiological, or is it psychological, or is it possibly electromagnetic effects associated with direct physical contact or operating? And what his hypothesis, and he actually goes into it more in called the healing experiments, his hypothesis is that all three are probably involved in the process of biotouch, physiological, psychological.
Well, we say it's a holistic technique, right? Yes, all of the above.
But he said the second lesson is somewhat deeper and frankly more inspiring. The kind of love that biotouch fosters is a high level of love, including empathy, compassion, caring, gentleness, protection, safety, warmth, gratitude, and appreciation. As you explore Deborah's gracious and grateful book, my wish is that you become filled, as I did, with the wonder and promise that biotouch offers all of us, our loved ones, the greater humanity and nature itself.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
There it is.
There it is. Now it's on National Geographic.
Yes.
But here's the thing that we've been saying. You don't have to go find it because we've been here. You established this 30-something years ago. We have this great foundation that's holding this for everybody, trying to get the word out for you that there's something for you already. This ability to take care of and to help someone, everybody in your life. We already have it. It's already back.
Yes.
And it came back now because, as you were saying, this is a very pivotal, critical point in the history of humanity. And this newness that's upon us in our thinking and our changing the way that we're living and thinking about how we want to live now. BioTouch is already, it's clean, it's clear, it's for all of us. I don't know how else to say it anymore. Help me here. Help us, people.
Oh, really. The way to help is you take those two fingers and you reach out and you touch someone very lightly on the skin.
On the skin.
You know, that's how simple it is. You know, I'm doing a podcast with Jane Hogan Health in a couple of weeks. And what's going to be great about that is I'm going to be able to teach people to reach out and touch right over the airwaves. It's that simple.
You've done that before.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's so simple. You know, I'm reminded, remember, I don't know if you were even here, we did this presentation. It was at the zoo, and it was a volunteer appreciation day. And there were hundreds and hundreds of people there, and they had me talk. And here's hundreds of people there, and everybody's yakking away, and I get up there and I say, all right, I want everybody to take two fingers, and I want you to reach over and touch somebody next to you.
Silence.
Moment of silence.
I know.
You didn't have to do anything. Even people that were watching it said, oh my God, that was so powerful that for that moment that they reached over and touched someone on the face, on the shoulder, on the arm, there was a moment of silence. The connection had been made through touch.
You know what's interesting about that is that touch. What happens when we touch? It's almost like the body takes a breath and says, oh, this is life. BioTouch is about this rhythm of life that runs through all of us. And when we practice BioTouch, we are like connecting to that essence of all of life, as Gary says, nature. We are part of nature on this planet.
Boy,
Come
wish
on.
we could understand that.
Come on. Let's be one with nature.
Yes.
You know?
You know, we are human beings.
Yes.
And we can now be in the presence with another human through touch. more of the article here, which is very interesting. So they spend a lot of time going into the power of touch and what it does in the brain and the connections. So what they've created now is they're creating prosthetics, especially for people that don't have arms or hands. And they're creating the ability that in the fingertips that you put it with the prosthetic is creating messages that go to those parts of the brain that they found that relate to touch. Okay?
Wow.
And the discussion they have with people who have tried it is they feel whole. They feel connected again.
Cared
with people.
for.
Yeah, because there's this power in the hands that they're finding out. The power of touch. The fingers, the hands, creates something in the brain that helps us understand that we're part of humanity.
You know, we've mentioned this before and actually shown some pictures in other shows, but if you will look at some of the ancient pictures, some of the older artists and the sculptures and people from the long ago periods, you will see that they paint pictures of angels and great teachers and doing this. Either reaching out or saying, here I am, or whatever. This is always been. This is a message for us that is back now. It's time.
I wonder if I have that photos here.
Oh, I know, it's beautiful.
Well, there's people touching
There's
there.
actual people,
Yeah.
But yes, and but yeah, some of these pictures and sculptures that we have seen, it's been around a while.
So here's something very interesting that excites me a lot. People are like, we always get the question, well, I don't have anybody here, or I'm locked down, I don't have anybody to talk to, I'm just doing Zoom. The metaverse, that's just, I don't want to deal with it. But I get really excited about all this technology only because I got no choice. It's here.
I know. No, we better all get used to it. It's the future.
It might be a different generation that it'll be part of their life, but I want to be part of the building of bringing touch into that.
Yeah.
And so if they're finding not only that a prosthetic can now create messages to that part of the
sensation
brain.
of touch. Yes.
They're also creating these gloves. I actually saw in the commercial where they have this hug thing. And so you Zoom with somebody and you put on this shirt.
Yes, the two brothers in two different countries.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, that is amazing. You're right.
And so if they're finding in the brain what that's triggering, then BioTouch is positioning itself to be part of this movement.
Oh, yes. Well,
why not?
It's here. It's here for now.
Yes.
It's part of the unfolding of what's coming for us in the community of what we call health.
Right.
And it's going to play a huge part. I have no doubt, because if National Geographic is right, the power of touch, then it's coming.
Yes.
It's here.
So for all of us who still have someone, reach out and touch. What we said during the pandemic is if you don't have someone, do the points, but think of somebody doing it to you. We've got to keep the relationship going.
Right.
And if that relationship is because we're thousands of miles away and all we have are these Zoom meetings, but we now can create the sense that we're coming together. And pretty soon we'll find out if it's just really a hologram to begin with. If you believe in the Matrix, all I have to do is blink my eyes and I can be wherever.
Not take that pill.
Yeah. I mean, there were people on this planet back in the 20s and 40s who actually could take their body and move it to another place and meet somebody. I mean,
absolutely.
Edgar Casey, Swedenborg, these kinds of people.
All of these amazing.
Yeah.
So you're talking about the we talk about the connection between us. Time, space, distance cannot break the connection between two people.
Right.
So if you are thinking about that person doing BioTouch with you on your body and then you do it, it's real. It's a connection.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so if we're then triggering senses in our brain that recognizes it as touch, well, then it becomes easy. I can easily reach out through this screen, touch the 2 points of the greeting, and healing will begin to happen, and you'll sense that I'm touching you. I mean, we do all of our board meetings. We started doing the greeting.
We did.
And A&A.
And A&A.
And we break up into rooms, and we actually touch one another through the screen.
Crazy us, but it seems to work.
So I'm excited. That we're sort of again in the cutting edge. I remember doing the first website when you only had a page. We were there.
I know.
And here it is 35 years later, and we're still there.
We have been told by some really big guns that we have brought in that, like, guys, you already ahead of the game here.
Right.
So something is going on with BioTouch, because we're the custodians. It has to be kept sacred and the integrity held, and the truth of it, the love part of it has to continue. That's our job. For you, for everybody in the world to be able to use it. That's what we're doing here every Monday.
So again, the greeting. Take the 2 fingers of your dominant hand. All right. Touch. Feel it on yourself. If you've got somebody next to you, that much better. Feel that breastbone right in the center of your chest there. Follow it down, and all of a sudden drops off into some soft tissue. Some people say it's softer than others, but whatever you want.
Yeah.
Hold there 6 to 8 seconds. Take that same dominant hand. Feel behind your neck. Lean your head forward. There's a big bone that pops out. Go to the left of that, 1 inch to 1.5 inches, and touch lightly like a butterfly. Again, it's that light touch that's registered in the body. That's the greeting.
There you go. You've started something amazing.
Yes.
That's simple, really.
We can't remind you how amazing this is enough times, which is what we try to do every Monday, don't we?
I know.
So, and so we have other ways to learn it too. You can go online, download the first 10 pages, which has that greeting with it, and a video has a link to it showing you how to do it. Yeah. We have a class coming up, and our next class is in July 19th. That's a 1-day training. We take you through the whole program, and we actually practice the points, watching one another doing it. And then we have our next workshop coming up with Julia Dara, and she is going to talk to us about tennis elbow. And then we will teach you the points on how to address tennis elbow. So it's all quite simple to do BioTouch. It's not this huge, long, drawn-out process that you have to take years to do, and you don't need anybody else. Once you touch, you're effective.
I think it's about you really believing that you have it within yourself to help someone else. Because so much of our programming is, I can't, I don't have what it takes, I don't have this, I don't have. Yes, you do. You have it, and you've always had it right there inside of you.
And if you want to have a belief in it, do it. Just do it. Have no expectations.
Right.
It ain't going to kill you. It ain't going to cost you anything. It's not going to hurt anybody. Just
see, right there, we're bucking the whole system here. Yes, but we're going to.
If anybody likes bucking the system, it's you.
Oh, please! Read the book. Read the book. Read our book. Hold it up. BioTouch. His stories in there. Talk about somebody bucking the system.
Power in our fingertips.
Mr. Bucky, bucking the system.
Thank you, Deborah Schildhouse, for writing this book.
Right.
I just got contacted. Lady in England just read it and wants to learn how to do it.
Hey, I just did a class, a certification class, one-on-one with our newest graduate. Nova, and she read that book. She goes, that is literally the best book I have ever read. It had everything in it. I cried, I laughed, and it gave me such incredible hope.
There you go.
BioTouch.
So we're here bringing hope to the planet. Just reach out and touch. Thanks, Bev.
Thank you, Paul.
Thank you all. Check out the National Geographic if you want to know more about the power of touch.
Or contact us if you want to know more about the power of touch.
The power of touch. Read Deborah's book.
Right.
And we'll see you all next Monday.
We will. Have a great week.
I can feel the pain sunshine or rain. So it's not caused by the weather, but it doesn't hurt that much after I feel your loving touch and we spend some time together. You take my pain away each and every day. You're an angel from heaven on high. Your butterfly touch helps me heal so much, and I get better as time goes by. You take my pain away.